Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to load the hex files into the Arduino. The first thing is you should know where the hex files are. If you look into the CD you received from me, there are various folders. The folder that's called Arduino is where you got these hex files. So I have included two hex files, one for the Arduino Uno board, the other one for the Arduino the Mega board. So depending on what kind of board you have got, you can choose either of them. So why would you do that? Why you want to learn how to load the hex files? Assume that you have erased my program. For example, you have tried your own programs on the microcontroller, or you might have used this box for your own project, and there could be various reasons. So whatever you do, you have to know how to load my program back so that you can get along with learning RFID. So before you do that, make sure that you know how to make the connections, because my program depend on certain port being used and certain connections are made to a very specific port. So next I'm going to show you how to make these connections. So back in my CD, if you open this Arduino folder, there is a PDF file called connections.pdf. Open that, and this document explains how to make the connections. The connections are pretty simple, and as I mentioned before, we need only 11 wires. So the first thing is, let's see how to make the RFID shield connection. The 3.3 volt pin on RFID goes to the 3.3 volts pin in the Arduino. You got no choice here because you got only one pin in Arduino that has got 3.3 volts. The RST pin on RFID goes to the pin number 8. The ground pin goes to, you can use any ground on Arduino, but I have used the ground pin that is in ISCP group of pins. The IRQ pin I have not used. The MISO goes to the MISO pin in the same group, and the MOSI goes to the MOSI pin in the same group, and SCK goes to SCK pin in this ISCP group, and the SDA pin goes to the digital pin 10. The next connection you're going to do is the RGB shield, and RGB shield has got 4 pins. The ground pin goes to any of the ground pin, but I have used the ground pin next to the pin number 13. The R pin, which is the red LED pin, goes to the digital 6. The reason I have used pin 6 is I am using the PWM feature of the Arduino. That's a pulse width modulation. The green pin goes to digital pin 5. Indeed, 5 is also a PWM pin, and the blue pin goes to the digital pin 3. I have seen some RGB shield where the red and the blue pins are interchanged. So if you come across a blue color instead of a red, and probably you have to reverse the pins. The next thing is you have to find out to which USB port the Arduino box is connected to. I'm going to show here the two ways to find that out. The first method is, if you open the device manager, you can see all the devices your computer has. So if you expand the ports group, you should see an entry that says USB serial CS340. If you got a proper Arduino board, you should see Arduino Uno here. However, all the boards you got from me is based on CS340. So as you can see here, this board is connected to the COM21 in my case. And the second method is, if you open your devices and printers group, and under the devices section there is an entry here that says USB serial CS340, and the bracket that shows what is the COM port. So you can use one of these methods to identify to which COM port the box is connected to. This step is really not very essential because some of the programs will automatically show you which USB port are used. So go to Google and type Xloader. So I'm going to choose the first entry here, Xloader, rosemoto.com, and this is where you can download the Xloader. There's a zip file here, and this is the screen. I have copied this file in my CD, so you can use this from the CD, or if you're looking for the latest version, you can always go to this website and download. So back in my CD, open this folder called Xloader, and here you see various files, and there is a file called xloader.exe. Double click, and this is what Xloader is. It's a very simple program. The first thing is you have to choose the hex file to load, and the device, what type of board you're using, whether it's a Uno or you got a Mega. And the second thing is make sure the COM port is right. So in my case it's COM port 21. When you just click on this drop down, you see this COM 21. So, and let us go and choose the hex file for Uno. So as I said, you got two hex files. Choose the first one, this one, the Uno, and say open, and I'm going to load this in Uno. So I'm going to choose Uno here, and the COM21 is correct. The baud rate, it looks pretty high, but I've seen it working. So once you set all these things, click on upload, and as you can see on the video, I have got the box which is loaded with the blink program. You can see a kind of a flashing red blink light. So once I click on upload this, the RFID reader program is going to load. So this will take maybe a couple of seconds to load. As you can see, it's loading, and my box shows us a green light, so that shows your program is loaded correctly. So if you want to do the same thing for a Mega, what you'll end up doing is just choose the Mega file, this one, and underneath here choose the Mega board, and you also choose the correct COM port and click upload. So that's it. This is how you load the hex file into the Arduino, and next we're going to see whether this loading is correct. Let's go and try a simple test. So back on your CD, open this folder called desktop app and click the MiFi 1K viewer, double click, and this is my program. Click on connect. It says you're connected to COM21. I'm going to place a 1K card and selected. Let's take a dump. That's it. So what I showed in this video is, in case if you deleted my program from the Arduino box, you know how to load it back.